Hi guys, and welcome to Number Shuffle tutorial developed using Microsoft Access. Yes, I repeat, Microsoft Access. It's actually at the request of this guy here. Let me show you his comment. Right there, that's his comment. Is it possible to write this program that you wrote in Delphi in MS Access? It's like, oh, surprise, MS Access. What do you want to use that for? And it's actually referring to this program I wrote in Delphi. So let's close that. So I decided to take it on board and just let's get it done for him since it's New Year Eve. So let me show you guys how this works. There we go. That is it. So just like the one I developed in Delphi, all you then need to do is just to get it right. And while you're clicking away, the number of clicks and so on is being recorded. And if you want to take a shortcut, that is the solution explorer right there. Okay, you can always click on the solution and there we go, and reset the whole lot. Exit out if you want, no, or exit, yeah, and restart the program if you want. The choice is yours. Okay, so what I'm going to do now guys is I'm going to take you guys straight into Access development environment and we'll put one of these together. Okay, so let's do that now guys. So I'm going to exit out and start a new project entirely. Okay, we're now in Access. I'm going to click on the blank page there and let's change the name of this one to Number Shuffle. Game. Alright, click on Create. There we go. So straight off, I'm going to go for the create. Click on create. I don't need the table. So click on create and let's select blank form. There we go. Once your blank form is selected, click on design right there and you select the properties. Okay, you can then click on this very form there so that you can see it, or right click on it and just select design view so that you can see the form properly. Now you can enlarge the form how you want, which is what I'm going to do now. So that will do. Now let's go into the design right here. Click on the design and we want to select the button. I think that's the button. Click on the button and just paste it that much there, something like that. Now that the button is in, I'm going to carry out a bit of modification on that very button. Let's come into the properties of this button here. You see where we have the border. I'm going to make it about 4, and the back color, I'm going to change the back color to something a little bit grayish, and the font, I'm going to increase the font to maybe 48 bold. Let's come into the font width and we'll change that to bold. The font color as well, let's change the font color, we change it to black there, and that is it. Okay, look at the border color. Let's click on the border color. We want to change the border color. That is it right there. The border color, I'm going to change that to black. That is fine. So all I then need to do is just copy it around. Before copying it around, let's select it. You see the width is 3 and I'm going to make the height 3 as well. There, that is fine. There. Okay, that's good. So what about the text? The text in it, I'm going to delete that very text for now. Let's come in here and just get rid of that. There we go. Now the next thing is I'm just going to copy. Let's Control C and paste. So drag that down copy both again, Control C, paste. We have 4. Now Control C, paste again. Now we have 8. Control C and paste. There we go. Let's push it up a little bit. That is fine. So in total is 12. I'm going to select each of the buttons and let's number it accordingly. So this one is going to be 1 actually. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9, 10, 11. And the last one, we won't bother enter any value into that. And each of these buttons, select it all. I want to now give them an official name. Come into order, and in here this one is going to be known as CMD number 1. That's number 1. This one will be CMD number 2, CMD number 3, number 4, 5. We have 6, 7. We have 8, 9, 10. We have 11. Finally, we have 12. There. Now the next thing is I'm just going to copy one of these and paste it in here. Let's drag it that much. I just want to use this to measure the width that I intend to use. Okay, that will do. Just bring it to the side somewhere. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Now we have 1 there. Copy that. Make that 2. There we go. And copy that, paste. We have 3. There we go. The one right at the top, I'm going to change the, let's enter solution to that, and the next one right below, I'm going to call it reset. The one right underneath, I'm going to call that exit. There, all done. Now the next thing we want to do is, let's take it up a little bit. The next thing we want to now do is to go straight to the design view here, and let's get hold of our label. That is it right there. Just paste the label somewhere here, and that very label I'm going to enter numbers, number of clicks. There. And let's enhance that very label. Go to the format, and in here the text content, I'm going to change it to something maybe 36, and change the color of that very text to something darker. Let's come in here, change that to, oh, that's white, change it to black. There we go. And what else do we need to do? Let's change the border. I'm going to make that 4, and the border color, I'm going to make it black. There we go. So I want it to get centered. Let's come in here. Instead of general, I want it to be centered. And just drag it that much so that we can get it centered properly. And drag this down. Now let's copy it. Control C, copy, paste. I think it might be on the other side. Bring it here. And this one that I've just copied, I'm going to change that, the text content of that to 0. And now let's enhance the look of this. There, that's good enough. Bring it down a little bit. Alright, that is it, all done. Now the next thing that we want to do now, we now want to add a text over there. So maybe we should just copy this, copy and paste it right up here. Paste, there we go. And just drag it out much. The text content on it, I'm going to change that to number shuffle. There. And also, before any other thing, let's change the border, the back color. I'm going to make that hash 800,000. There we go. And let's increase this font size. That's just too small. And let's come in here, font. Where is the font? Font width, font size. That's it. I'm going to make it maybe 72 bold. Where is bold? We need bold here somewhere. There we go. Font width, bold. Right, that's looking good now. But the color of the font, I don't seem to like it. I'm going to change the color to something brighter. Let's come in here and change that to white. There we go. And just enhance the look of that a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. The border seems to be black. I'm going to change the border. Let's look here. That is the border color. The border color should be hash 800,000 as well. There. Alright, that's fine. Now copy it, Control C and Control V. Let's bring it down right here and change the text content of these two games. Okay, the design of the interface is ready. So let's come in here, right click and just click on View Form. That is it. That's how it's looking. So all I then need to do is just to drag this, my design, to the right. So right click, design view, and let's come right here. Just drag. I think that would do. Drag, that will do. Okay, that should do it. Now right click, check it out again. There we go. That is fine. Now the next thing we now need to do is to put together some lines of code to get this here button working, my man. Oh, stop that. Now right click and let's go into design view, select the form, and inside the form now go to event right here. Click on event and on click. Select that and click on code builder. There. Now the very first thing I'd like to do is go to insert and let's select module. So inside our very module, right inside module 1, I'm going to create the following function, sub. I'm going to just call that empty slot or an empty spot checker. And I'm going to say by reference. The first button, I'll call it but 1, or let's just say button 1 as command button. There, put a comma. Then the next one is going to be button number 2. So copy this, paste. That will be button 2, and close that up. There we go. Now come right down here, use an if statement. If button 2 dot caption equals empty, then we now want button 2 to inherit whatever we have inside button 1. Grab that, paste that in there, and change that to button 1. There we go. Once button 1 is assigned to button 2, then button 1 becomes empty. Come right here, button 1 equals empty. If you look at it logically, this is stored in this. That means you click on one button, the value in there is stored right in the second button. That's just what is happening there. And that is it, done. So all you then need to do is just to say end if. There. So with this little function you're looking at, that is how we actually swap the content on the button around. So that is that done. Okay, now let's go into the form itself. Let's click on the form. That is the very form there. I'm going to select button 1. I want to make use of this function that I've just created. Select button 1. If you look at button 1, the movement that button 1 can make is going to be 2 or 5. Why 2, 2 and 5? Why button 2 will make the movement of 2, 1, 3, 6. 3 will be 2, 4, 7 and so on. So let's take care of button 1 first. Select button 1. Make sure the event is selected. If you don't have your properties open, all you need to do is click on design and select properties. Button 1 is selected. Go to event. On click. That is the event we're using. Click on the 3 dots there and select code builder. Click on OK. Now, using the very first event with the function we created, I'm going to call that very function. Just type in call in there. Call. Come on. Call empty sport checker. Open up a bracket. The name of the button, as you can see, is CMD button number 1. So enter CMD num1, comma, will replace CMD num2. There. Now press enter. So we then call CMD. Let's copy this. We're going to call the next one. And the next one happens to be number 5. So change that to 5. There. Okay. So that is fine. Alright, let's go for button number 2. Now, select the form. Click on button 2 and drop that down. Select code builder inside button 2. The same thing now. We're going to copy this and just paste it in there and change it around. In the case of 2, we have 3 to go. That'll be 3 movements. The first movement of button number 2 is, first of all, let's change this to 2, 2, and 2 here. And let me show you the movement of button number 2 again. Is going to be 1, 3, 6. Okay, I repeat, 1, 3, 6. So go back to the codes. So this one will become 1, 3, and 6. There, that is button 2 taken care of. Let's take care of button 3. Back in here, select the button, click on the 3 dots here, select code builder and drop that down. And this is button 3 that will do the swapping. Now let's go back and look at the movement of button 3. That is 2, 4, 7. Now go back in there, change it to 2, 4, 7. 2, 4, and 7. There. That is button 3 taken care of. Now let's take care of button number 4. The movement of 4 will be just 3 and 8. Look at it, 3, 8. So select 4, come right in here and select Code Builder for button 4 and paste that in there. Get rid of this. That is going to be 3 and 8. Done. Now let's take care of button number 5. Come right here, select button 5, repeat exactly the same process. Button 5. There we go, look at it here. And for 4, I was meant to change the swapper to 4. Remember that, don't forget that please. And paste that in here. So button 5, change all of these to 5. 5, 5 and 5, and the movement of button 5 is 1, 6, 9. 6 and 9. There, that is the button 5. Now let's go for button 6. Button 6 movement is going to be 2, 5, 7, 10. Now select the Code Builder and paste that in here. So button 6 is going to be 4 movement. There. So button 6 is 2, 5, 7 and 10. And right here we have 10. And make sure all of this is chained to button 6. Don't forget that. I keep forgetting that. There. Now the next button is button 7. Select 7. Repeat exactly the same process. Button 7 is 3, 6, 8, 11. So come right here, paste. So that has 4 movements. Button 7, that is 3, 6, 8 and 11. And this is button 7. There we go. There. Now take care of button number 8. Button 8 is going to be 4, 7, 11, no 12. Come right down here, button 8. So get rid of this. And that is 4, 7 and 12. And change this to 8. I'm showing the whole process so that you don't make any mistake. Now button 9, that's the movement of 9 is 5 and 10. Select 9, come right here, Code Builder. Button 9, just 2 movements. So just copy 2, paste that in there. So that's button 9 is going to be, that will be, this will be 9, 9 and 9 here, and the movement is 5 and 10. There. Now let's correct this naming of these other buttons. Okay, that's from 5, 6, 7, 5, 6 and 8 and 9 actually. So 5, come into the event order. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, that is fine. Alright, button 9 is taken care of. Let's correct this one, get rid of that. Yeah, now button 8, let's see. 8 is fine, 5 is fine. Oh, 6 is not fine. Delete that. make sure that it's 6, 7. I was rushing, that's why. I think 12 has the same problem. There. 11 is fine, 10 is fine. Okay, I think it's all taken care of now. Yeah, those ones that I've corrected, there shouldn't be any error. Let's go to the event and check. Alright. Button 9, I'm going to have to grab it and just bring it back in there. That's 9. Get rid of this one. Now this was for button 7. I'm going to grab that, cut that off, and just give it to button 7. Come right here with 7. Go to the event procedure of 7. That is it right there. Paste. Now, which other one did I correct? Button 6 was corrected as well. Cut that off. Button 6. Select button 6. Go to the event procedure of button 6. There. Okay, all the errors are taken care of, so you have to be careful while you are naming each of those buttons. Now, let's take care of button number 10. Button 10 should only have 3 movements, 6, 9, and 11. Come right here, select button 10 and click, and that should only be 6, 9, and 11. Paste that in there. So get rid of one of these. That's button 10. We have 10 here as well, and 10. The movement is 6, 9, 11. There. Okay, button 11 now. Coming to 11. Movement of 11 is 7, 10, 12. Select that. Code builder. Paste. So that is going to be 7, 10, 12. Delete this. Change this to 11 and 11 here. Now, button 12. That should only be 8 and 11. Select 12. Come right here. Builder. Click on OK. That's only 2. Paste that in there. This is 8 and 11, and change this to 12, 12 and 12. There. So all the buttons are, let's save that. Yeah, I'm just going to call it, let's just call it shuffle. There we go. That's the name of the form, and I will leave that as mode 1. So that is good. Okay, let's go into our project and just see how that works. Go to view assets, and in there right click and select form. There, look at that. That is just with that single lines of codes. Okay, so that is working fine. Now we need to be able to count. If we get it right, we need someone to tell us everything is right or everything is wrong. So we need 2 more functions. So let's exit out. We now want to go straight to the codes. Now let's go into the codes. There we go. I want to create a function right underneath here. So the very first function, we'll get rid of this. The very first function I'm going to call, the second function I'm going to call that sub solution checker. Enter parenthesis. Let's put checker on it. Checker parenthesis, press enter. So that's my very first function. Let's use an if statement to determine what button we have in there. If cmd number 1 dot caption equals 1. So if it's equals 1 and cmd number 2 equals 1 as equals 2, that's 2, 3, 4. So let's change this to 2 here as well. That's 3, and this is 3 as well here. We have 4 here and 4 there. Space, and what I've just done is just to create a carriage return. So I'm going to copy all of these for the next one. We have 12 in total. That would be up to 8 and up to 12. Okay, but number 12 is not there, so we'll get rid of that and just enter 10 in there. So this is 4 and this will be 5. 5 here as well. We have 6 and 6, 7 and 7. We have 8 and 8 there. Here we have 9 and 9 here, 10 and 10. Finally 11 and 11 there. So those are my conditions. If each of those buttons inherit the following numbers, then I want a message box to pop up. Let's say message box, just display something maybe well done, you are a winner. There we go. That's it, done. Close that. Alright, then and if. That is it, done. Now the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to create a static variable. So I'm going to call that maybe attempt. Attempt as integer. There we go. So the first time attempt is 0, so we say attempt equals attempt plus 1. Come right here, paste attempt equals attempt plus 1. Now let's see, and sub. Okay, now we need to enter this value into here. Does this has a name? No, I don't think it has a name. So let's give it a name. Event order. So let's call that LBL count. Alright, that's fine. Grab LBL count and let's go back into our code view. And where is it? There we go. Right there. LBL count dot caption, that will be equals attempt. So that is the button that actually display the count. Now for us to know that the counting is taking place for every single click, we need to copy this. You see the function, we need to call that function on every single button. So let's start from the beginning. The very first button here, that is button 1. Call the following function. That is it. Okay, grab it for the others. That will be call. Alright, just copy that, and I'm going to just repeat exactly the same thing for the others for it to be called. Alright, come in here, paste down here as well. So that is that done. Yeah, all the buttons, you paste that in there. They should call it. If they don't call it, you will not see the counter working. There we go, almost done. Next one, 9, and that is it. I think it's all done now. Alright, that is good. So I'm going to save that. Let's click on our form, right click, select the form view. There we go. You see the counter now? There we go, guys. So all your clicks are now being recorded, so you can then compete with your friend, your brothers, your sister, anyone. Okay, so that is good. That's the whole idea of that. Now the next thing we want to do is that very line of code. We now need to create another line of code that we'll use to shuffle this around. And that will be all once that is done. So let's come right inside the code view area there. So right underneath here, I'm going to create another function. This very function, I'm going to call it sub shuffle. There. Now inside sub shuffle, the first thing is let's create an array. I'll call it A, and A takes in 11 in total, comma, I, comma, J, comma, Rn. All of them as integer. There. Now another array, I'm going to call that flag, and this flag is going to be a boolean. There we go. Now let's say flag equals false. False. There. While I equals 1. A equals J. 1. Array. Now let's use a loop. Do while I less than and equals to 11. Do as follows. Randomize the following. There. Let's see. Rn equals. Convert that to integer, and that is int. Open double bracket, 11 multiplied by that. So that's to take care of the random. Close that and close that again. Now the next thing is use for loop for J equals 1 to I if A, open a bracket, J equals Rn, then the flag will be true, equals true. And let's exit the for loop. And if. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get this indented properly, but let's try and finish up with the code first. And underneath here, let's just get it next. Now let's use an if statement to check what we have inside the flag itself. So if flag is true, if flag equals true, then we want the following. Flag equals false. Alright. Else AI that will be equals Rn. In that case, I equals I plus 1 plus 1, and if, and let's get it looped. So once that is done, what we then need to do is we need to call each of these components. Button1.caption, let's assign a variable to it. Sorry, let's assign an array to it. So come right down here, paste equals a1, and so on. So I'm going to copy that, use it for the others, then change the values around. And this will become 2. Then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. We have 10 and 11. Okay, we also need to change buttons around, so there will be 1 here, that would be for 12. In case of 12, there will be nothing in there. So this one is 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All done. Okay. Alright, I think we are done. So let me show you guys the lines of code for the shuffle again. Have a good look at it. So let's bring it down up to here. There. Alright, so you see this shuffle? I'm now going to call it inside form load. Let's just copy that. Let's come in here and see if we can get hold of form load. That is form load right there. Paste that in there and add call. There. I'm going to get rid of all this. And we also need to call it in the reset button. That is the reset. Select that. The reset done. There's no name for the reset, so change that to CMD reset. There. And go to the event. Click on that. Alright, that's the reset there. Call. There we go. Right. So this Solution Explorer, in the case of Solution Explorer, we need to, I'm going to grab hold of all of these. Let's go into the button called Solution, this very one here. Is there a name for it? No name. Let's change that to Solution. CMD Solution. Wrong spelling. Solution. Alright. Now let's go to the events. Drop that down. Select Code Builder. And I'm going to paste that in there. In the case of Solution, I just want you to change all of the text in there. Get rid of these. And just enter. Yeah, that is it. That's the solution. So that's for 2. Get rid of this as well, and so on, guys. That'll be the solution. Just get rid of all of this and enter speech mark in there. Okay, we have it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, get rid of this. Alright, that's solution taken care of as well. There. Okay, so I'm going to save it. Let's click on our project in there. Right click up here and let's select from view. Now automatically it's shuffled. Look at that. And I can press the solution, the reset. Look at that. If I click on solution, there, shuffled. And that is it, guys. We've just completed our shuffle game. So that's what you need to do, man. It's not that difficult. So finally, let me just show you how to put the exit together. So I'm going to come right here, right click and design view. So to exit, you come right in here. Let's select the exit button. And does it have a name? There's no name. Let's change that to CMD exit. There we go. Go to events and select the three dots, code builder, and in there that's exit. There, those are the lines of code for exit. So have a good look at it. Yes, you can always say do command close, but this one I want you to prompt the users to confirm if they want to exit or not. Now let's come in here, right click, and let's try the exit out. Yeah, let's check that out as well. Right, inside the exit, I'm going to get rid of these error handlers. Okay, that's fine, just get rid of it. So leave the exit lines of code like that, just for it to close the form alone. So come in here, now minimize that again, so that it's refreshed. There, click on exit. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. That is it. Okay, one other thing that you guys need to do is we need to be able to, I want to get rid of all of these. You see, the ribbon. I don't want the ribbon there, so that will only take just a single line of code. So let's right click in here, or click on the form and just come right here, click on those three dots, code builder, click on OK. So come straight here, we need on form, select the form load, and let's look for on form active. Let's see, form active. There we go, that's it right there. Select that there, and in there I'm just going to enter the following. So I'm going to say do command dot show toolbar. Okay, and the toolbar we're talking about is the ribbon. There, comma, make sure the ribbon is inside a quote. So it's now giving you an option. Do you want it to be shown or not? No, I don't want it to be shown. That is it. That's all. It's just a single line of code. I want to save it. Come in here, click, and right click, view the form. There we go, your ribbon is gone. And that is how you create your own shuffle game in MX Access. So I don't know what you want to do with that. It's New Year anyway, so you have a nice day, my man. I believe I have managed to answer your question. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. And you, my man who asked for this very tutorial, can you please subscribe to my channel as well? You all have a nice day, and bye for now. Happy New Year.